delicious. You should cook this tonight. All right, hey everybody, just getting back from the store. So today we are going to do some fun stuff. I've got a great, exciting recipe you do not want to miss. So today we are going to work on Cajun shrimp pasta. So stay tuned, you do not want to miss this. Today I've got some really cool noodles at the store. They're by Central Market. I don't know if you've ever get these, but I generally like to get these because they work really well. They're thick, they taste good. This is more of like a wheat noodle. You know, I generally try to cook well organic drum wheat. So as long as you're okay with wheat, you're good with that. I've got some fresh parsley here. Okay, nice. And we're gonna got some Parmesan cheese. So I went to this local store here called HEB. If you've never been to HEB, really good store. I like to get all of my groceries from there. And you know, if you're cooking, you gotta have a good bottle of wine. So we're gonna get some wine going in here. And we got shrimp, some garlic, and a little rotel for the tomato, and a red bell pepper. So, in case you're wondering, this recipe is one that I found, and I'm gonna doctor it up a little bit to make it my own. You can also get this in my new cookbook. Believe it or not, you guys, we have a cookbook available. The link is in the description. Right now I'm still putting this together, but by the time you see it, it's gonna be a pretty full cookbook. This is just a temporary copy of how I made it. But I'm going to modify this some more. But right now, I'm just gonna go in here and get the recipes I need. We're gonna go to the Cajun shrimp pasta, just so you can see that recipe is in there. And yeah, this cookbook's gonna be great. So I created this little template cookbook because I wanted to figure out, you know, how I wanted to look and the look and feel to be. I don't quite like how that one is, so I'm going to remodify it. But by the time you see this episode, there'll be a whole new cookbook, and who knows, I might even cut this part out because of that. But right now, I'm gonna get going. Got some garlic here. I got my extras. All right, first things first, we gotta get these shrimp looking right. And when I say looking right, I mean we gotta get them clean. I like to butterfly my shrimp, so I want to split them just a little bit more and get them seasoned and just sitting in a brine. We're not gonna brine them for a long time, but just put them in a little bit of seasoning, keep it fresh. All right, so I hope you guys have had a great week or weekend. My week has gone pretty good. I'm gonna use this is some chicken broth. I would just normally use vegetable broth or beef broth, but today I'm gonna use some chicken broth. Not too much, just like I said, I hope your week has gone well. Mine has gone pretty good. I am working on this house, guys, trying to get moved in. I've got it painted, got all the walls painted finally. So now we've just got to do some touch-ups and get things moved in. But I'm excited about venturing off into owning a property and doing some real estate investing again. It's been a long time since the house fire. If you're not familiar with the house fire, I lost a 2-year-old in a house fire, and it's pretty devastating. So it took me a little while to come back from it. I actually documented it on a separate channel. It's called After the Fire. Um, if you look up After the Fire, you will see that there. There's also a hashtag like ATF in case you have a hard time finding it. Sometimes the algorithm it can be a little tricky. So, but look up After the Fire, Christian Smalls, like put that combination in there and you'll see it. There's like 12, 13 episodes and I talk about the whole situation, you guys. And if you want to learn how to move through hard times, that's what you need to watch. Put a lot of nuggets in there, some things that I learned along the way. It's been really beneficial. A lot of people have got a lot of great testimonies from it, of people who learned a lot and um, was really able to change their own lives. So, yeah, take a look After the Fire. We also got some merch. In case you need some After the Fire merch, you can buy shirts, support your boy. We've got cups. I got a little cup right here. I don't know if you can see it on the screen there. This cup, After the Fire cup. It's available on our website. So it's OC Truth. Let me put it right here. If you look on OC Truth TV, that's the name of the channel. OC Truth TV. Because After the Fire, you may find After the Fire under there, but if not, just search OC Truth TV. There's only one of those, so that was much easier to brand because After the Fire got a lot of people tend to use that. And then we got those California fires that happened. Man, bless those people. So you might come up with California fires if you do After the Fire. Who knows? Well, so I'm just cutting these and putting them in some broth because I don't like to use tap water, you guys. I know even everybody says you should rinse your food off, and I'm like, why rinse my food in water I don't drink? You guys, let's make some sense of this situation. Drink tap water. Why would I rinse my food in it? If anything, I'm gonna rinse it in some bottled water. It's from reverse osmosis water. So I would suggest you do the same. If you're gonna rinse your food off, rinse it in something that's not gonna contaminate it, because we don't want that situation. I don't want you sick. You don't want to be sick yourself, right? So tell me about you guys. Put some stuff in the comments. Like, I always like comments. Let me know what you think. Is audio good? Do we need better lighting? I'm always looking for ways to upgrade my production. In case you didn't know, I do all the production myself. I love it, so I don't farm it out. There's nobody in here with me. It's just me in the kitchen, cooking, talking to you. So, give me that support. Hit that like button. Look, I'm doing this. I didn't even cut myself. Hit that like button. Like, share, subscribe. You know how important it is. These algorithms are playing games with us. And unless you guys are more interactive, you won't get the information. And if that's the case, it's going to be hard for me to get to you. So you can also, in our description, we have a sign up for a newsletter. And in this newsletter, we're going to share more cooking ideas, let you know about future shows, when cookbooks come out. So I'm definitely going to do another one, especially after I travel outside of the country, guys. Like, I've been looking at that, and there's a lot going on. I want to learn some cool recipes. So sign up for our newsletter in the description. Of course, get that cookbook. That link is also in the description. So support. If you support me, I will support you and make sure I bring you nothing but cool content that is going to spice up your life. Hey, and make your family a little more healthy. That's what's important. Like cooking's one thing, but if I can help make your life better, that's what I'm here for. That is what I'm here for. So, speaking of making life better, I've been doing personal training for 25 years, since 2000. Got certified with the Cooper Institute, worked with some doctors, some physical therapists, and I had a great time doing it. I've trained a lot of people. I had, senior classes of like 60 people every day. Then I would train a boot camp class for the seniors. Then I would personal train clients one-on-one, like 8 to 12 clients a day, depending on the day. I've taught boot camps. I've taught cycling classes. I've taught, um, you name it, fitness-wise, I've done it. But what I've loved the most is helping people lose weight and feel better about themselves and be more healthy. So I'm creating a new fitness program. And that fitness program is going to encompass a diet. It's going to have your workout routine. You get some video one-on-ones with me. And I will basically hold your hand through the weight loss process to make sure that you have, it's kind of like a sponsor. You need a sponsor to lose weight. You can't just go in the gym, do it by yourself. You got to know what to do, when to do it, how many times to do it. And then once you get good, you got to switch it up. And that's where it takes some time. And then there's a mental transition. There's a psychological state that you've got to be in. But I want to help you do that with this new program. And it's going to be new, it's called a New Life Fitness Program. It's 12 weeks long. And I think you're going to love it. So take a look at that. That link is also in the description. If you need to lose weight or know someone who needs to lose weight, you guys, I got you. And I don't mean I got you like, oh yeah, I got you. I mean, I have done it. So the website for my personal training business is Change, CHANGELFE. So there's no I in there. So it's not Change Life, it's Change LFE. And if you look on that page, you'll see the history of my training career, as well as I've done some conferences, and I've done some great things. So I'm just trying to expand a little bit. So if you know someone, or if you yourself are looking to get in better health, let's do that. And then this cooking show, if you've already done that program, this cooking show is to help those of you who have gone through the program to now be able to learn how to cook with more clean foods, so that you don't go back to your old habits. Because I've learned that even after training clients, what happens is customers clients don't know how to cook differently, and they don't have the time to do the research. And a lot of times things are go, 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 go. So I'm trying to provide these instructionals to show you how to cook with just clean ingredients. None of this stuff is bad. It's bad for you as long as you eat it in moderation. If you eat too much of anything, you're in trouble. But if you've gone through that process, you're at the point where you just need to maintain your weight. And because of that, I'm going to show you how to do that with very simple solutions that will keep you healthy for a long period of time. All right, so we've got this shrimp sitting in this brine now. We're going to get some noodles boiling and have some fun. So let's get going. So right now I'm just cleaning this pot out. We've got a lot going on in this world. This tariff situation is very interesting. I don't know if you've been looking into it, but I've been trying to do some homework on it, and it's pretty interesting. Who it's going to affect and how it's going to affect them. And from what I've been able to tell, it looks like the customers or the businesses that are importing the products are going to have the tariffs on them. So they have to pay the government for that, for those tariffs. So it's interesting. I can't wait to see how it's going to all play out. But it's definitely has to play out because this is like the biggest, I feel like it's the biggest, like uproar or this, the most disagreed upon subject that I've seen in a while. So we'll see. Hopefully it all goes well. Tell me your thoughts. Put it in the comments. Let's hear about it. Tell me what you think. I'd like to just hear your side of it. All right. So for this situation, I am going to put water in this pot to boil the noodles because when you boil noodles, when you boil water, you purify it. I don't know all of the purification that happens, so you can probably tell me in the comments, but it's going to purify it enough for me to trust it to put my noodles in. But I don't do it fresh. All right, so let's get this pot. And then wipe the bottom of your pot, especially if you take it out of the sink, because it can get water on the stove. And if you get water on the stove, then you'll get some sizzling or some bubbling, or you could damage your stove, like depending on the type of stove you have. I have a flat top that's not quite a big deal, but it will do some popping and carrying on, if you know what I mean. It will, that water will bubble up on there and be really uncomfortable for a minute. All right, so we are going to add our noodles in once that water gets boiling. But until the water gets boiling, I'm going to show you some secrets. What I like to do with the water is put in a little bit of oil. I'm going to do a little red wine vinegar, 1 tablespoon. And that's about a tablespoon of oil as well. I know I didn't measure that oil, but it's about the tablespoon. So we have that. We've got some red wine vinegar, and then I'm going to put some seasoning in my water. So if you season the water, about 1 tablespoon in the water, I kind of know the 4 turns of that Szechuan. And then I'm gonna put just a tad of that Old Bay, and that's probably probably like half of a tablespoon of Old Bay, half of a tablespoon. So when you season your water, that seasoning gets into the noodles, and then the noodles just absorb the cheesy concoction that we're gonna make to bind everything together, and you're gonna taste that seasoning all the way through that noodle from the top. But you buy the noodle and the season's good, and then once somehow you may swallow the sauce on the top, and all you're stuck with is the noodle in your mouth. The noodle tastes bland. Well, we're gonna fix that problem. This noodle is not gonna be bland. And these are pretty cool noodles. These are pretty spiral structured noodles. I really like these noodles. They're really cool. So I like to cook a lot with these. You can use whatever noodle you want to, but for me, and in this situation, I'm going to do it that way. All right, so we're gonna get our heavy whipping cream and get our sauce going. And basically, it's just gonna be some heavy whipping cream. We're gonna put a little oil in the pan, stir it. We'll get some onions and toss it in there and have some fun. So let's do that. All right, so we've got our pots on the stove. We're gonna put some oil in here. All right, we're gonna just cut some onion. Now, you can use a different type of onion. I like a little bit of red onion. I like the way red onion tastes. It has really good flavor to it, and it kind of cuts through, you know, the noise of the other sauces. Cuts through the noise of the other seasonings. So, I like to use it. I'm going to do this. Okay, let's do this one. Let's see if I can do it left hand. Nah, no left hand. Alright, then I'm going to break these up so that they're nice and individual. So we got some rings.
Creativity's the secret state. Just the flavors bold and new. Christian's got the tips for you. Spatula spin. Oh, let the magic begin. Let the begin. Funky horns blow. Oh, let the groove flow in. We're not just cooking, we're living it.
Alright, and then I'm just going to cut these rings right in half. If it was a spaghetti, I'd probably leave them whole. I kind of like a lot of onion. I want it to be a little chunky. Alright, so we got our oil heating over here. Alright, so I'm just going to take a whisk and whisk this around real good and let these onions cook down a little bit. And we're going to sprinkle it with just a teaspoon, and then a tablespoon, 3 more turns, 4, okay, another tablespoon of onion powder. And then we're going to do a half of a teaspoon of Old Bay. And I know you're wondering, he's not measuring that. Well, I know what a teaspoon is because I've cooked so many times. But I did take the time to measure it out, and I put it inside the cookbook. So once you get the cookbook, it's going to have all of it in there. Like, check it out. Ooh. So you don't have to worry about having the wrong measurements. All right, so we're gonna let this get nice and brown, right? You're gonna shake this guy up. We're gonna do this like this right here. So you want to stir this in slowly. Stir it in nice and slow. Put it all around. It's good to maintain that temperature. Let it just cook a little bit. I'm gonna add a little more. And this way you can determine how thick you want it to be as well. All right, while that's going, I'm gonna put in my noodles. While that water is boiling. And then always, you wanna stir those noodles just at least one time, because if not, they will sit at all in one place at the bottom, and you're gonna have a mess. Okay, so I'm sure you might think, just pour it all in there. if I've noticed, if you stir your sauces really, really good, they come out nice and thick, creamy and smooth. People will love you. So, and we talk about love and food. It's just a little patience. Take a little time. Stir it on in. Stir it in. Notice if I walk away, I turn it up and that way it drips down, not on the floor. Little things you should know. Little secrets. That's looking plenty good. Okay, so we're gonna just let that simmer on medium for a minute. I do want to taste this just a little. Let's see what that needs. That's really good. Yeah, I'm not touching that. I'm not touching that. That's great. All right, let's check these noodles out. And see, they start to stick at the bottom, so you have to rub it across the bottom. I've got into these guys a while back. If you don't cook with this, you are missing out. Because let me tell you, they work wonders. All right, we're gonna stir this some more. And look at that, it's nice and it's milky and creamy. Let that cook down a little more. We're gonna add some cheese. So I'm not adding my cheese yet because cheese burns really quick and it melts really fast. So I'd rather let this cook down some more, let those seasonings mend together just a little bit more before I before I put the cheese in there, because the cheese, you want to almost put that in there last. All right, we are gonna put a little bit of garlic. Just a little tad. Tablespoon. Tablespoon of garlic. And then I got some just some rotel for the tomatoes to go in there, and then I'm gonna chop up that bell pepper. All right, so I also like to put in a few other things. Some things you may not have heard about and you may have heard about, right? One is gonna be the Chinese 5-spice seasoning. I'm just gonna dash that in there 2 times. And then I have some fish oil seasoning, which is kind of like a broth, but it's not. And you can't put much of this. This is, guys, this is a 1/4 of a teaspoon. So it's not much at all. Just gonna dump that in there. Just a 1/4. Okay, and we're gonna start. Okay. that cook. Noodles are boiling well. Okay, now I could not do all of this and not put in some Cajun seasoning. So this Cajun seasoning, I am going to put in, what is this? Yeah, this is what I need. 1 tablespoon. Is that a tablespoon? Yeah. Teaspoon. Yeah, 1 teaspoon. 1 teaspoon. Give a little Cajun flavor. And I also have, well, I thought I had some Italian seasoning, because that's always good to throw in there. But maybe not any Italian seasoning today. Just a teaspoon of that Cajun seasoning. And oh, that's cooking up nicely. So you want to be careful with when you season this, because you could say, oh, that half and half, or yeah, heavy whipping cream can get too thick. Well, or it may not be as tasty. You don't want to over season it, because it's really easy to over season it. So you want to be careful. All right, so now we're going to crack open some of these tomatoes. Throw these in there. All right, we're gonna turn our fire down on that and let that simmer. And then I'm gonna throw these tomatoes in there. And let those cook. And we're gonna cut up this guy. All right, we got some red bell pepper I'm gonna toss in here. Give it a little more color. All right, and the noodles need to be what they call al dente. Al dente means the noodle is almost done, but it's not quite done. You can tell because it's not really, really soft. Then it'll have a little bit of like, it'll be just slightly tough. And that's perfect. So we're gonna take this off. All right, now what I'm gonna do while I'm waiting, since I have a little bit of time, I'm going to go ahead and just brown these shrimp just a little bit so that when I throw them in there, they don't have to be in there long. And that just all meld together. Get this going. And all right, now for a little flavor, what I'm going to do is take this shrimp brine that I've had the shrimp in. I'm gonna drain some of that in here. Just to give it a little more flavor. I mean, we are packing this with flavor, you guys. And the noodles are just gonna absorb all of this juice. So if you're worried about it's gonna be, just too much, no, the noodles are gonna absorb quite a bit of it. And the longer noodles sit, the more they actually absorb. So you really don't have to worry about that happening. All right, so we got our cheese ready to go. We're gonna put some granulated Parmesan cheese. So we're not gonna put the big cheese. We'll just put the granulated so that it thickens up, but it doesn't get like stringy. Because if you do string cheese or the shredded cheese, it'll do that. All right, we also need to add some butter into here. This is what, like a teaspoon of butter. But we're gonna add some more in there. Let's see what the recipe calls for. 4 teaspoons of butter. So we're gonna do, that was 1, we're gonna do 3 more. So this recipe does call for a lot of butter, so if you're not a butter fan, you may not want to use it. I like to get the unsalted butter, that way it doesn't disturb my sauce and doesn't make it real salty. I can still maintain my flavor and integrity and not worry about the sauce. All right, so this is ready for some shrimp. What I'm gonna do, guys, just dry them off a little. Oh, they look beautiful. They look delicious. Alright, I made a little bit of a mess, so I'm gonna clean that up. And I like it when it splashes in there because it really fries that shrimp, sears that taste on the outside. So you want to get that pan nice and hot. You got some jumpers. We got jumpers. All right, we're still working on the sauce. Let's give it some more stirs. We're gonna be eating in a minute, guys. I mean, this is going to be great. What if I did this right here? Just put a little butter on them. Okay, so we got our sauce about ready. We got these shrimp just pretty much done, you guys. Let's add our cheese. So that can cook down. All right. So that's just one bag. I'm gonna stir that in. So it gets nice and thick. You can see it thickening up there.
Sizzle in the pan, let it talk, let it preach. Ooh, yeah. Flames do a little holy dance on the beach of that sauce. Can you hear that cheese? We got love in a pot. Got to play all day, all day, all day, all day. From the chop to the drop, every spice, every shake, every play, every play. Say what? Yeah. Lift it up, lift it up.
All right, those are good. I think I want just a little more cheese. I think I want it to be just a little more thick. Just on low. All right, those shrimp are good. They don't even need to cook anymore. And yeah, that's pretty cheesy. That's what it's gonna look like on that noodle. So if I do too much, it's not gonna go well. So let's add in our noodles. Well, actually, yeah, let's add in our noodles. Just get those noodles all wet up with that sauce. And then we're gonna just drop these guys in there. And then just mix it all together. All right, so now we've got this mixed together. Like I said, that the sauce has to, those noodles absorb the sauce. So you're gonna have to give this a little time to sit and just let those noodles absorb the sauce. I would say give it like 10, 15 minutes. And let those noodles just hug on it. Let it hug on the sauce. Hug on the sauce. All right, so we got that going. I'm gonna let that sit. I don't know about you, but I am dying to taste it. I mean, it's gonna be amazing. All right.
Feel the flavor, hear the call. It's beyond the recipe with Christian Small. Beyond the recipe with Christian Small. Say what? Beyond the recipe with Christian Small. One more time from the heart to the plate to the world.
So you want to dance? Yeah, that's good.
Beyond the recipe with Christian Small.
Really good. So I hope your meal comes out just as good. Remember to share, like, comment, subscribe. And I'll see you guys next time. We're going to make a great meal next time. We're making some red snapper. If you've never had red snapper or seen red snapper, it's definitely a coastal fish out here in Corpus Christi, but it is amazing. We're gonna curry that booger up and have a good time. So make sure you catch the next episode. Put that notification on so you get the notification, guys. I hate for you not to get it and miss an episode because we're gonna have a good time. This is great. This is delicious. You should cook this tonight. Subscribe to our newsletter. And see you next time. God bless.
With Christian.